So you know about Netflix, you know about Hulu, you even know about HBO Max. But what if I told you that there was another group of streaming service apps that you had no clue about? What are they? What's their content? Where can I find them? Well, rest your minds, young Padawans. I'm about to teach you. Let's talk about these lesser known streaming service apps. Hello, my darlings, and welcome to another episode of Nerd News, a show created for nerds by a nerd. So by what is this, day, I don't know, we're gonna say day 127 of quarantine, you have watched everything that there possibly can on the streaming services. And I have talked about streaming service a lot on this channel, but you know, it is our lives right now. It is what we do. We binge watch. It's what we do. And meditate, apparently. But, you know, I was curious, besides the major streaming services that we all subscribe to and know about, what are the other streaming services that are just kind of out there, just in the background, just kind of floating around? So I did the research so you didn't have to. We are definitely going to talk about all of these streaming services that I found, and some of them are pretty cool, some of them are kind of weird, but hey, it is what it is. And we're not going to talk about like 20, we're going to talk about 5 streaming service apps that are just kind of hanging out in the background, just waiting to be played with. Kind of like how Sid created those toys in Toy Story. You know, the creepy ones, like the baby with man arms. Yeah, that's kind of what it's like. So we'll talk about the price point, what they offer, and all that fun stuff. So why don't you come along this journey with me and subscribe to this subscription episode. But before we get into today's episode, if this is your first time here, yeah, that's right, Sinestro, I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that like, or subscribe, and that notification bell. All right, first off the bat, we're going to talk about a streaming app that I've heard about, but I've never actually used. It is called Crackle. That's Crackle, apparently. Now, Crackle is owned by a small company that you may or may not have heard of, Sony. I think it's called Sony. Yeah, Sony. Now, they launched this streaming app way back in the day in 2007. So there is a rotation of all these great TV shows, shows that you may not have seen, or shows that are have been canceled and they're on reruns, like all the time. And of course, they have the big movies and the big TV shows that you're used to seeing on Netflix and HBO. Now, there's one little quirk about Crackle. They're very male-driven. It's very male-heavy content. So if you're looking for, I don't know, let's say designing women, probably won't find it there. But if you're looking for No Holds Barred, you know what movie that is if you're an 80s kid. Or subscribe to Crackle and check it out. So the cost. All right. The cost, it's absolutely free. It's absolutely free, but there are also ads. So it's kind of like watching TV, or YouTube TV, essentially. You watch your content, you get an ad, back to the show. That's actually what TV was like back in the day when people would actually watch channels, channel surfing. Now, where can I find this app to download? Good question. You can find it on PlayStation, Xbox, Roku TV, wherever you normally download your streaming service apps, it's there. So the next streaming service app I had zero idea was an actual app. Like, I had no idea that this was a thing. It's called Tubi TV. Tubi TV. So what the heck is Tubi TV? So Tubi TV claims it has thousands upon thousands of content that is ad-free for your ojos to see. Tubi TV also claims that they have content that is not accessible on things like Netflix. Say what? Are they modest? So a lot of their content comes from Paramount, MGM, Lionsgate, the Weinstein Company. Okay, you probably won't want to watch anything from the Weinstein Company because, Harvey Weinstein is a dirtbag. So the library has over 50,000 plus movies and a little over 25,000 in TV shows. So they are correct in they have a boatload of content. So yeah, you win on that part. But one of the crazy thing is a lot of their partnership actually does come from British networks. So they do have really good content from these big companies, but for the majority of their content, it is all from Britain. It's all British. That's not even the accent that you would use in Britain, but I'm going to use it, darn it. So what is the cost of this crazy app, guys? Well, it's free, and you can download it anywhere you like. So next, we're going to move on to Shout Factory TV. Now, I really wanted to shout the title of that name, but, I don't want to hurt your ears. So what is Shout Factory TV? So Shout TV is an offshoot DVD and Blu-ray distribution type company. So the service they provide offers cult classic, I guess you would say, content that you may or may not have seen. Kind of like an emo kid when he's like, you wouldn't know that bad. They're not for you. So think like low budget, really small, independent French kind of like film movies, or like Sharknado. But they do have over 350 movies and TV shows, including a fan favorite and one of my favorite shows, Mystery Science Theater 3000. And if you know that show, then you know what kind of content to expect on this service, just saying. So this service does have a kind of a mixture when it comes to cost. Now you can do a free subscription, which has ads like everything else. You could do a $3 a month for no ads, or you could do $50.99 for, no, you can't, that's it. It's just $2.99 or free. It's either ads or no ads. That's pretty much what it is. And you can download this on pretty much the usual. Now, the next one I am very interested in because if you are a film buff, if you just love movies, then this one is definitely right up your alley. It's Warner Archives. All right, so what is Warner Archives, you ask? So this app will focus solely on Warner Brothers and their very impressive archive of cult classics and just film buff galore. Now, they really do have an impressive rogues gallery of content. About 600 to 700 feature films dating back from the 1920s and the 1990s. The 1920s. I had my first kiss then. So if you love movies that came out in the 1920s, well, this is right up your alley. Or any movie in between, actually. The 90s had really good movies. So if you are a serious film buff, this is definitely something you want to check out. I mean, you can watch a lot of old Paul Newman movies, which is great. I mean, great 70s sitcoms like 8 is Enough is on there. Even one of the primetime soap operas is on here, Falcon's Crest. I've never seen it. I just saw like a couple of clips of it, so I kind of know what it is. So if I've already sold you on this, you want to know what the price is, right? All right, let's talk about it. So there's two options. There's $9.99 a month or $94.99 for the year. Now, for an app that has this amount of content and very like nostalgic content, I think the price is perfect for it. I mean, I'm gonna watch Falcon's Crest or Falcon Crest. I can't even say correctly. So where can you download this? You can download it on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, yeah. And last but not least, we're gonna move on to the final this is such a weird one. The final streaming service app, and it's called Pluto TV. It just sounds out of this world, doesn't it? And there's a reason why. So Pluto TV launched in 2014. Launched. Sorry, that was a bad pun. So this streaming service offers a lot of odd content. So it ranges from established cable content to also digital-only ventures. It's presented like a basic digital cable service, if you will. Think like DirecTV. It has 7 video channels and 30 audio channels, which is interesting. MSNBC, NBC News, those kind of things. But one of the most interesting feature on this is a segment that they have on there, or a category called Chill Out. Now, Chill Out is exactly kind of like how people say Netflix and chill. It's just they've actually coined Chill Out, and you select it, and it's just movies to just kind of chill with, like it's in the background. Now there's also a category called Man Up Channel, and the Man Up Channel is like an equivalent to watching like, I don't know, 8 hours of someone getting punched in the face repeatedly or kicked in the chest, whatever you prefer. So, you know, it's a man channel. It's like, I want to watch Steven Seagal break someone's neck over and over again. Oh great, it's on the Man channel. And also you have a category called the High Channel. Yes, that kind of high. It's self-explanatory. So how much is this gem? Well, it's free, kids. Pluto TV is free. I would download it right now. And of course, you could download this on Apple TV, Android, Roku, the usual places. I don't know about you, but after this episode, I'm gonna go watch some Man Up TV. Watch some Chuck Norris. Just, ugh. Well, guys, there's a lot of this is just 5 of the streaming services that I found. There's a plethora of them. So let me know in the comments below which one of these streaming services piqued your attention, caught your eye, and why is it Man Up TV? And until next time, guys, remember, there is no bad streaming service unless it doesn't have Man Up TV. If it doesn't have Man Up TV, just cancel it right now. Get your money back. This episode of Nerd News is brought to you by every streaming service app imaginable. Why pay for the same content once when you can pay for it over and over and over again?